Today I'm going to show you how to do two weighments for our standard farm application, one with a stored truck and one with a truck that is not stored in the database. This method can be used if you have truck going across the scale empty and coming back across heavy, or if you have one scale and the truck or equipment pulls on empty and will be filled on the same scale as it sits there. So what you could do is have the truck pull onto the scale if it's empty, and you could start a new ticket. We're going to go over to our DD indicator here with our standard farm application on it. And what you could do before you start filling is weigh the truck. You can see I have a weight on there of 29,980. We can click the weigh truck button, and we can enter our truck ID and basically drive through the prompts here to get the truck weighed in. Select your commodity. If you had more information in here, and you could see this in a different video, you would get the other buttons as well. For now, we're just going to click our single items. And what we should get now is our confirmation screen of our inbound weight, date and time, and all the information we selected already. So now what I could do is begin filling that equipment or truck or whatever you have that you're going to be loading if he's still on the scale. Once he's done and the weight's gone up, in this case our weight hasn't moved because our simulator hasn't been pushed, but we're going to go ahead and weigh out anyway. And we're going to put in our same truck number again, 123. And what it's going to show us now is a confirmation screen with the information we had previously entered to make sure that we're using the right ticket. So this is the ticket we were using. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And if you have a moisture reader hooked up to your indicator, you'll be prompted with this screen here. You can manually enter some information, or you can select it from the list. Now, every time you hit print on your moisture indicator, it's going to send it over to the device itself, and then you'll be able to pick it from a list. So I know I'm going to be using moisture reader number 3. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 3, click on OK, and it's going to do all the calculations. Now again, because I didn't change my weight, we have some zeros in here. But this just gives you an example of one way that you could weigh in and out on the scale itself with our standard farm application. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And OK again. Another way you could do it is to have stored trucks. I've already got one set up in the database, but I want to go ahead and run through adding another one real quick. So I'm going to go into the back end here of the system. And I'm going to go over to the truck selection here. And in our truck editor, again, you can see I already have truck 456 set up. But let's go ahead and add another one just so you can see the process. So what you could do in this case is add a new truck number, 789. We're going to hit enter. And if we wanted to capture his tare weight, if he was sitting on the scale, you could just enter 0 and hit enter, and it'll capture it from the scale. And in this case, I'm just going to manually enter a weight, since I don't want to capture the full weight on my test scale right now. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. It's going to let me know the truck's been added to the database, show our countdown message, and then disappear. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, hit X. And now what we can do is this truck can pull on the scale and immediately begin to fill if you don't want to capture a new tare weight. If you wanted to capture a new tare weight, you'll see the option that we get here when we punch in 789. We'll go ahead and hit enter. And it's going to prompt us, do we want to capture a new tare weight for the truck? So maybe he's sitting there empty and you just want to go ahead and get a new tare weight for the week or the month or however often you capture that tare weight. Or you can go ahead and complete a ticket or cancel out and exit. What we're going to do is complete a ticket. And what it's going to do is walk us through all the inbound prompts and the moisture prompt, just like we had previously. So we're going to enter a name. We're going to select all of our pertinent information. Again, we get our confirmation screen here. You can see our in weight is 1,500 pounds, which is what we captured or typed in when we were setting the truck up. So we're going to go ahead and hit OK. And now you can see the M3 has disappeared from the list because we used it the last time. And we still have our 2 and 4. In this particular case, I'm going to go ahead and select M4. And we can see our moisture reading and sample weight there, comma separated. We'll go ahead and hit OK. And then it's going to give us our last confirmation screen to confirm our outbound ticket. And then it's going to give us all of our calculations here. I can go ahead and hit OK, and it's going to save it to the database. And that's 2 ways you can weigh a truck with a standard Farm IO. In our companion app, the BTEK Data Studio, we can actually connect to the database residing on our indicator. You can see I have the IP address plugged in and the port number, and I have our database selected. I'm going to go ahead and hit connect. And what it's going to do is come down here and it's going to go out and retrieve all the database columns and fields and everything that are available and sort of build us an Excel spreadsheet looking device here. We can also see the weight, and we can jump between different weights of the indicator itself by selecting it from a drop-down menu. And then we can use these tabs just like you would in an Excel workbook to view data and manipulate data. So we can see our commodity we have in here. We can see clients. We had 1 bin. We have no stored drivers. We have 2 farms, a couple of fields. We can see our moisture readers, and in this one you'll notice we had M1, M2, M3, and M4, and you can see that all of them have been used but the M2. So that would be the last one that's available in our database until a new moisture reading was sent from the moisture reader. We can see our sequencer, which is just the ticket number that's attached, and we can change that from here. We can see our tickets that have been completed. We're kind of getting a compressed view here, but if we were to expand this a little bit, you can see all the data that's been captured with the information in it. And then last, we can see our trucks that have been stored in the database as well. Another great feature about the companion app here, Data Studio, is it does allow you to export the data to an Excel document by just hitting the Save button. You can also add information to the database from here. So if we wanted to add a new moisture rating, we can do M5. We'll tab over to the next selection. We'll go 2 and 15. And we'll go ahead and hit the checkbox here that says Enter. And it's going to pop up a message that lets us know the changes have been applied to the database, so we can go ahead and hit OK. Another add-on is a report builder. It doesn't come with the companion app out of the box. It is an adder. But what it'll allow you to do is build applications that look similar to Word based on the data that you have available on the screen here. That's it for now. Check out our other videos on YouTube. Thanks.